look at the woman accused of killing, then abusing the corpse of her own husband. According to police, Latasha Starks Willie placed his body in a plastic container and covered it with concrete, clothes, and dirt. We're joined now by Rose Eckler, who discovered this isn't the woman's first run-in with the law. Rose, what have you learned tonight?
Well, Felicia, I spoke with family members of Wendell Twilley, who did not want to go on camera, but told me he was a great father and someone who always went to church. But what we dug up about the woman who police say hid his body has us concerned.
I am without words.
A phrase I heard all over the Cottonwood neighborhood on Sunday.
I don't know what would precipitate something like this, but I pray that, the kids, get counseling.
38-year-old Latasha Starks Twilley was arrested at this home on Saturday after her husband, Wendell Twilley's body was found in the attic. She is now charged with abuse of a corpse. We heard from neighbors Saturday the suspect's 7-year-old son ran to their home and told them he thought his mother killed his father because his father was missing. Neighbors called police. Investigators say when they went inside the home, they heard the victim's cell phone ringing behind the wall. Later, police found the victim's body hidden inside a plastic storage container in an attic crawl space. His body was covered with clothes, dirt, and concrete mix.
I don't really have words to express in our neighborhood.
We looked into Twilley's criminal history and found she has charges going back to 2006 when she was charged with aggravated statutory rape and aggravated assault. Police say she had sex with a boy in his early teens and then shot him in the back while he laid in bed. Twilley is on the sex offender registry. In 2011, she was convicted of attempted second-degree murder and sentenced to 6 years in jail. Police have not released any information about that conviction or why she was even out of jail. Neighbors I spoke with on Sunday told me they did not see her around the neighborhood often and only saw her husband. They were concerned to hear of her previous charges.
Right around the corner, in the midst of other little kids and neighbors, it's terrible.
Now, Felicia, neighbors tell me police were constantly called to this home for domestic situations. I have asked police how many times they have been there in the past year, but I've not heard back. Reporting live in the Breaking News Center, Rose Eckler, WMC Action News 5.
Yeah, prosecutors say she faces life in prison, and as some of our viewers might remember, she got caught because her husband's cell phone kept ringing through the wall. Lula Caruth will never forget this face, nor the gruesome crime surrounding Latasha Starks Twilley.
She was crazy. Crazy.
The 43-year-old now convicted of first-degree murder after prosecutors say she killed her husband, Wendell Twilley, and hid his body in the attic of their Parkway Village home on Cottonwood.
I just hated it.
And vividly remembers Twilley's 11-year-old son running next door to her home in the summer of 2016.
He was crying.
Because his dad was missing, so the boy called his cell phone and heard it ringing through an upstairs wall.
I said, what's wrong? He said, I think my mama done killed my daddy.
Caruth called police, who found Waddell's body in a small crawl space behind a padlocked door. Investigators say it was encased in concrete in a plastic tub covered with clothes, dirt, and cigarette butts. They also say his hands and feet were handcuffed, his head wrapped in plastic and duct tape.
I mean, she had to be gone. Her mind had to slip like that.
Prosecutors say the cause of death was suffocation.
I heard through the grapevine they were finna get a divorce.
Wendell Twilley was 47 and leaves behind several children.
He was such a good person, to me. He always been friendly, always, talk, communicate. And so when it happened, it's really surprised me, and I hate it for the kids because the kids just love their dad. They love their daddy.
Yeah, prosecutors believe Latasha may have been planning to bury her husband, but she told her kids a hole she was digging in the backyard was simply for a garden. Live downtown, Andrew Ellison, WRG News, Channel 3.